Oh, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. I actually got on here at 7 tonight, which is pretty good for me. Seems like I'm usually a little slow or too early. Hope you're having a good week. We're having beautiful weather here in Kansas, which is nice because it's been way too hot for June. So let's hope going into July we have a little bit cooler weather like today. I have a really fun project I want to share with you tonight. I did a swap with Stampin' Up! Leaders, ones that are Silver Elite and above, and I got this idea and I just couldn't wait to share it with you. Unfortunately, I feel really bad. I lost her name. So if she comes across this, I would be thrilled if you would put your name in the comments, because I would love to give you credit for this design. I call it the Teepee Card. I think that's what she called it. Trying to remember. I am going to switch cameras so I can show you what we're going to work on tonight. So here is the teepee. Looks like this. And then it folds up so you can put it in a card. Isn't that cool? So this is what I'm going to show you how to make tonight. Let me show you her original design. She used the teacup set and she stamped some images here. And then hers looks like this. It says thank you with the teacup and then some leaves where you could put a message here. The one I designed doesn't have really a space for writing. You could add it on the flap here where the magnets go. Guess I wasn't thinking about that today when I was playing. So let me show you how to make this. And once again, and I know I say it every week, it was easier than I thought. All right, so here's my base. I am using gray granite here. By the way, if you're not getting my emails, please send me an email because I provide project information. Like today, it'll have all the details for the dimensions and scoring lines and tools and everything. So make sure you're joining my Facebook or my email address. Or if nothing else, put your email address in the comments or send me a personal message so I can get you on my list. All right, so this is my paper and it is 8 by 4. So the first thing I did was I scored it at 4. Always make sure you get your cutting blade out of the way. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go from that score line out to the point. We're going to turn it and do the same thing on the other side. So you want to make sure both points meet up here at the same place. You don't want your scores going opposite directions, okay? Then this piece here, I'm going to score, same thing, diagonal, okay? Just like that. All right. That out of the way. All right, now I'm going to burnish it on the score lines. So that it'll fold nicely. I hope all of you have checked out the last chance stuff. I cannot believe we are at the end of June, but the January to June catalog is only live until June 30th. Now there's products in there that are at 50% off. So make sure you check that out and get those products before they're gone, because once we hit July 1st, you won't be able to get them. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this. Now, when I first started playing with this, I was like, well, this would work just fine. And it would, but you get an angle, which I guess you could do that if you wanted just an angled piece like that. But I want it to have 3 sides. So you're going to need to put this, you're going to line up your score line right inside here so that these all fold together, okay? So that you have 3 legs. Now, one thing I did notice when I was doing this, and I'll give you some tips and tricks along the way because I made a few mistakes that taught me that, whoops, there's my sound. Thought I was doing pretty good tonight. All right. Hey, Julie, glad you're watching tonight. All right. So you want to put adhesive, but you don't want it to go outside the triangle. So be real careful here where you put your adhesive. We're going to line it up. I think a lot of my viewers are having a hard time adjusting to going back to Tuesdays. But I will say it is much better for me because then I have Monday after the weekend to get ready for my live. All right, so that all goes together like that. Okay, and there's your base, which was much easier to do than I expected when I first started looking at her design. So I found these magnets, and I can't even tell you where. Maybe, no, it was one of the retail stores. What I like is it gives you plus and minus in here. So you want to make sure you have one of each. They already have adhesive on them, which is really nice. And I'm going to go ahead and put this together, and I'll tell you why here in a second. All right, so it's going to go like this. This is the outside piece. So I'm going to put it right here in the corner. Then I'm going to take the tape off for this, the backing, and I'm going to put my magnet together. First time I tried this, I didn't do that, and I had a hard time. Well, how do I line the magnets up? Well, let the magnets do it for you. Okay, so there you go. Now they're lined up and ready. Okay. All right, so here are my triangles. What I did was I made my squares and then just cut them diagonally and put these together because I figured you guys didn't need to watch me glue pieces together. All right, I just realized I did my base in the wrong color. Oh well, this will work. Okay, so you are just going to adhere your triangles on these pieces. I will tell you that I learned it's really difficult to stamp on these triangles because your up straight across is hard to see. So I found that adding designer series paper is a lot better idea. Let me show you what I tried. So I did these cute little animals. I stamped these guys 3 times trying to get them straight on my paper. Finally got them straight and then did my greeting cricket. So I learned it was better to just stamp and cut out images. This little guy I did okay because he was pretty big. But you would either need to stamp and cut them out, or maybe you need to put it on here and then draw a line to show where it goes straight across because it's not where you think it should be. It makes it a little tricky. Okay. Really irritated with myself that I made my base the wrong color, but I don't want to waste your time, so we'll go ahead and do this. So we're going to adhere the triangles. It's easy to start with the first one. You decide which way you want to go. Which way do you want your triangles? So we'll put this one on here like that. Then turn it. Now this one, you want to do the same thing. On one of mine, I did choose to go the other direction, and it doesn't hurt. It just makes it look kind of funny when you flip from side to side. So I decided I like it better if my triangles are all pretty much going on the same leg. So we're going to go here. And then on this one, if you go this way, just make sure you only glue down on this section because actually, I think I've been doing this way just to be safe. We'll go that way. So last chance, today is the 28th, so you only have 2 more days to check out all the great stuff that Stampin' Up! Will be retiring. If you go to davitalepke.stampinup.net, you will be able to shop with me. All right, there we go. Isn't that fun? So I thought with this paper, it'd be really neat to use the sailboat again. So what I did is I cut out my pieces because I was worried about being straight on here. So I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere. Had a lot of people are outside tonight. I know Kent's been outside working. So pretty out here in Kansas City. All right, so my 3 here, put my boat. Actually, hang on. I like putting my greeting on the section that has the magnets. I'm going to put my boat over here. And then I use the same colors that's in this designer series paper. So grays and 2 shades of blue to stamp my sails. And again, make sure you are on my email list because that way you'll have all the information you need for the dimensions, and it's got my upcoming events. That way you don't miss out on things. I'm really excited. July 9th is my open house. I'm cleaning out. I've got boxes in the basement that have been in the basement for several years, and I'm going to force myself to share and give them to people that will use them instead of having the stuff just sit in boxes. So it's the 9th, which is a Saturday. Okay, so just keep in mind, you want this to be straight. And it's going to look funny, but what I did was every time I put something on, I stood it up to make sure that it looks straight. Okay. All right, and then we'll do one more boat here. So I thought this was really fun. I ended up doing one that was like kind of for kids, but it could be for an adult as well. Of course, I always do a flower thing, it seems like. And then when I looked at this Sun Prints paper, it just thought it would be really cool with boats. So I did a boat again. Oh, now see how that looks okay here, but then when I stand it up, it's not the right angle. You gotta swing it. That was, to me, it was the biggest challenge. I tried really hard to stamp at first on here, and I just could not get it to line up right. And maybe it was just me. I was just having one of those days. But you'll definitely want to draw some lines or get some angles if you want to try to stamp directly on your card. And the neat thing is it does fit in a regular envelope. So that's nice. I apologize. Last week I forgot to draw a name for my puzzles. And let me know if you're enjoying the puzzles. I'm trying to decide whether I should share answers with you the next week on the Facebook Live, or whether I should even share that. So if you'd like to have the answers, shoot me a text, an email, or put it in the comments here so I know that. All right, so there you go. Doesn't that look neat? And then it stands up like that. But when you're ready to mail it, you just close it up, drop it in your envelope. See, it fits right in there. I was thinking this is really great for someone that likes your projects and that keeps them. I know I always feel so good when I go over to my daughter and son-in-law's house. They put cards up on the mantle, and my mom puts them up on the mantle. So these kind of projects would be great for them. So it's not just a card sitting up there, but something just a little bit different. So I did show you this one. This one I used, what's the name of that set? Count on Me. So I did the bear and then the fox. No matter what, I'm here for you and thankful we're friends. And then here's my flower one. This one is with the Happiness Abounds, and that's from, I think it's Framed Greetings or Framed Occasions. Again, I tried to stamp and ended up cutting out these images out of the paper, which they're just gorgeous. So that wasn't a bad thing at all. And you can see on these, I did not put the extra border back there. It's just extra paper, but if you like that layering, you can. So again, make sure you're on my email list. If you haven't contacted me with that, please do, so I can get you in the know on all the things going on. I don't know if you've heard, but Stampin' Up! Just announced yesterday that they're going into Ireland and Norway. So it's really exciting for our company that we're expanding, which I think is pretty amazing considering how many companies seem to be struggling recently. So they won't be going in until at the earliest, I think the end of 2022, but it's coming. Let's see, what else did I need to make sure I told you? Celebration starts July 1. There are some fun sets. Let's see, is my little hippo here? I am having fun with the hippo. Let's see if I can find one of them. Playing with them and showing people the other day. I bet I had class last week and I bet I left them out in my kitchen. But let me show you this. This card is one that we will be doing at the stamp camp on July 30th. It's a gatefold. It uses the barn set that's supposed to be for Christmas, but I made it into a happy birthday card. So it looks like that. And then I think I'm going to be using the hippo for another set. And I will find those. Next, send you a picture because I can't put my eyes on them right now. I had several little hippo cards and I don't know where they went. All right, so I don't want to forget to draw a name. So here we go. Here's the names. This week's winner is Cindy M. You are my winner, and you are going to get a spool of ribbon. Pool party with stripes. Isn't that pretty? The striped grosgrain ribbon. So next time I see you, actually, I think your order comes in on Friday. So when it comes in, I will add your ribbon to it. So congratulations. All right. I think that's all I wanted to share with you today. Make sure you let me know on the open house July 9 if you're coming. I do have my technique class on July 22nd. Stamp camp's July 30. So make sure you give me your email address so I can give you all those details as well as dimensions and everything for these fun Teepee cards. Hope you like them. And if you make one, I would love to see how it turns out. They look kind of funny this way, but I guess you can see them. Oh, and if you'd like to have one of these cards, in the comments, tell me which one you like the best, because you know what? These cards are great, but they're better if they're mailed out to friends. So let me know which one you like the best, the boats, the animals, or the flowers, and you might be the lucky one that gets it in the mail. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you next Tuesday.